Hey there, welcome back to Grow Moringa. We're here in the orchard, and this is where we make our fresh loose leaf tea from local USA moringa leaves. We're just coming out of the winter time. It's February 27th, and it might feel like spring right now, but this is a false spring. This is very common in Florida, where February might warm up a little bit, but March tends to be a very, very cold month. So what we're going to do is we're going to harvest some of these greens in the field so that way we can make some more loose leaf tea before any of the greens yellow up. We've had a very mild winter, so the greens are actually still really, really dark and green, and the trees have actually been growing really, really well. So I'll take you for a tour around the property, and we'll harvest this row here. And we'll talk a little bit more about how you can start your own moringa business and focus on a product that you can take to market. My first product that I ever took to market was this moringa tea box. Inside, it actually comes with several reusable baggies of tea. I like to add mint to my moringa to kind of give it a little bit of a flavor. It's also paired together, moringa and mint are very complementary, and also mint is very good for digestion. This is a very easy product that you can make. I would suggest if you want to start with human consumption products for moringa, start with loose leaf. Get yourself some seeds this spring and start yourself some moringa trees from seed. You can also start from cuttings, and you can also start from a mature tree. Any of these trees here in the field are for sale, and someone may come in and want to purchase a tree, and we're more than happy to pull trees out of the ground for them and take them, so that way they can take them to their farm. So let's go ahead and go on a little tour, and we'll walk around and we'll show you some of the fields so that way we can harvest some of the greens together. Look at these beautiful trees. This one is really starting to pop. So one of the things that we want to do is actually start to pull from the lower branches. We'll go ahead and come over here so we can see really well how we're going to start and assess harvesting this tree is by grabbing any of the lower leaves first. That way we have piles of fresh greens. And they're going to turn yellow anyways. So let's get them off the tree before they turn yellow, because the lower leaves, they don't live very long. All right, beautiful. This tree is super full. You only have to grab a few leaves a day. I like to harvest light off of each tree. I don't really like to actually hit a full tree all the way back. I like to do much more of a gradual harvest, very similar to this, where maybe once a week or every few days we can come by and just grab any of the lowers, and then also pop tops. So we'll come through and we'll also pop tops off of each one of these, so that way they end up also pushing out more tips. Now if we get a frost, we may lose these trees. We only have 30 days left of the season, of the winter season. It's still potentially capable of freezing. Although I think it's been a La Nina year, and it's been fairly wet and mild, actually. It's probably one of the most mild winters we've had since being here. Thankfully, because now the trees here have been established for a little bit over 2 years, and If they would have frozen back right now, we would have had a lot of loss. And I wouldn't have been able to fill orders the way that I have been over this past winter if it wasn't for being so warm. It's a beauty. These greens are really good. There is a difference between some of the trees that produce a red stem. Now here, as I'm saying that, most of these stems are green, but then some of the stem is turning red. Some trees have a little bit of a deeper red stem. Could also be time of year, but a lot of other stems are a little bit more red, and this one gets a lot of sun. So I'm just wondering why she may be more green. And it could be the genetics reverting back to, say, an original strain. Could be a mutation. Oops, sorry, baby. I think a lot of the red stems are from a particular area that has been a very, very high producing supplier of moringa around the world. And I just noticed that there are some trees that end up producing a more darker stem with darker leaves, and the ones that don't have red stems end up producing a little bit of a lighter stem, a lighter green, which comes out in the powder. Still very green, but I can usually tell from the powder the technique of the drying, even the location, the smell, the taste. I can kind of tell now how it's been dried, how it's grown, even the type. Very sensitive now to all the different types just because I've been producing and consuming moringa now for about 10 years. Popping all the tops. Beautiful. And just really thinning this out so that way the sun can penetrate, get in here. She's not so heavy. I really like the structure of this tree. It's short and bushy. She's in a really nice area. We'll come back and get those greens. Let's go ahead and keep moving. I was able to mow yesterday down this row. This tree here, look how dark she is. She could definitely use a harvest. That's really our main goal, is really just coming in, just getting a few greens each day from each tree. Hey, sweetie. This one has a little bit darker leaves. A little bit darker red stem. You can kind of tell a little bit of the difference. Not much. It kind of really comes out like in the summer when it's like really hot. But this winter has been fairly mild, which I've really liked. Had some really cold nights, but avoided any really serious frosts. None of these have died back. I mean, there was a year here where all the trees got frozen back to the ground. Like last year, I think it froze like March 20th. And it's good to keep track. I have a little book of the temperature readings for this area. What it's done over the 4 years that I've been here. Oh, these ones are starting to form a little bit of flowers. So we'll just pop those off. We don't necessarily want flowers. We're popping tops and popping flowers. We don't want it to stop producing greens right now. We need lots of greens. So we're popping flowers and popping tops. Now, once this tree gets really big, and the flowers are taller than I can even reach on the ground, that's usually when I know it's time for the tree to go to seed. because once it's way up there, it's got big root systems. Like right now, the root systems are really just forming. If you're trying to get drumsticks really fast, it's just going to take away from the growth of the tree. It's going to slow the tree down. It's not going to produce greens. It's going to go to seed. It's going to go to flower. It's going to produce seed. It's not going to produce leaves. It either produces leaves or seeds. So once it goes to flower, your tree is then going into seed mode. And the energy needs to go into making the seeds, so it doesn't go into producing any more leaves or even growth. It stops growing. Because at that point it's like, okay, we made it. But in nature, you know, everything kind of matures very fast. You know, animals mature like within a year, they can have kids. Same thing, you know, a moringa tree could have a kid within a year. It's just a part of nature. They grow really fast. I think humans are one of the longest to get to maturity, you know, 13 years, 14 years with girls. But a moringa tree could produce a seed in the first year. So, do you want the seed? It's like immature, you know. It's like you don't want to have a child so young. You want to wait till you mature. So that's what we're doing. Although she could have seed and she could have babies, we keep her, you know, from going to that next level so soon. Why are you trying to grow up so fast, girl? No, take your time. Get the roots in. Get the weight in. Get the time. Get the size. Get everything that you needed. Then, boom, have a very, very productive set. All right, that's good for now. Let's keep going. Let's show you the rest of the row too. These greens are looking really good. I got this row mowed back. This is the turmeric here that died back for the winter. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it in there. It's just gonna come right back. Oh look, moringa coming up from a cutting. I laid moringa down on the edge, and it's like a cutting, and it's starting to come up. Pretty cool. Just from the cuttings in here. Oh hey baby. Nice little row here. Double row, 10 feet apart in the row. So this one's 10 feet away from that one. And this one is 10 feet away from this one. It's a double row. It's staggered, like tic-tac-toe. And yesterday when I mowed, I came through and I went ahead and trimmed this little Mexican sunflower back and feeding her. Got some nice fertilizer. Thanks, ladies. Possibly a little frost coming in soon. So I just want to get some good footage for you, y'all, as we close out the end of February here. Nice little double row here that I was able to also cut back so we could walk through it. We haven't really harvested this row in about a month or 2 months. I mean, we really slowed down harvest in November, and we'll come through here and grab greens every few weeks. Nice dark greens that we can wash up. And by doing this, it's like you don't end up getting yellows, because you're always constantly coming through and just grabbing the lowers. Because everybody's like, oh, my leaves are turning yellow. That's only because you haven't harvested them. Like I start grabbing it. Look how red these ones are. Look how red these stems are. I really love these red ones because they have like really dark greens. Some of them are splotty right now, of course, because it's winter time. But see how I already like trim back those lowers? to have a nice set of green. See how like these are green. Like I didn't get to these, and they're spotty. These are a little spotty, but these are really spotty. It's just because they've been here longer. And so to get them before they get spotty and before they get bugs and even attract bugs, just keep popping that thin lowers. And like right now, if they're really yellow, I'm just dropping them to the ground. That's fertilizer. Helps to inspire her to pop up and then pop in the top. So got a few more rows, but I just wanted to show you really quickly here in this example. The field is starting to come together. Yeah, about, oh, maybe 100 now. Like really big ones. So thanks. Oh, hey, Gandhi. Got some good greens. We'll get these dried up, washed up first. We'll probably have some tea. Hey, Gandhi, you gonna come? Hey, sweet boy. Sophia. Hey, boy. Thanks for hanging, my little farm kitty. So if you liked this video, you learned anything today, please don't hesitate to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the Grow Moringa YouTube channel. There's so many more things to learn and talk about. If you want to really get in-depth knowledge on how to get to this next level from tree to product, we talk about this every day in the Grow Moringa Collective members area. And we'd love for you to come in. It's very affordable for you to at least stop in, say hey. And if at any time you'd like to cancel, there's no strings attached. There's no rules or responsibilities. Just come in and learn, hang out with the group, join the forum, ask questions. And if you want to continue growing your business and also growing this business together, we can talk more about membership opportunities as well as ownership opportunities into the collective. So I really appreciate you for joining us and hanging out. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Kendrick Henry here from Grow Moringa Farms. Peace, love, and prosperous growing.